All right. Hello there, Chick Chat. We are back with another Love is Blind drop, the most recent one, which was like only 2 episodes. I'm used to there being like at least 3. So
I know. I
that was
mean,
kind of disappointing.
I like that they give us all the pods in one bulk, but yeah, I mean, it leaves very little afterwards. I guess I wish that they would at least stick to 3 at a time, but I mean, next episode, it's just the weddings, of course, but yeah, it would have been nice to see a little bit more of the family meetups. I think that there were some family meetups that just didn't happen. So these are my least 2 favorite episodes, and my least 2 favorite events is the bachelorette party and the trying on of the outfits. So I just don't like this part of Love is Blind. I understand that they're necessary things of having a wedding.
Yeah.
But they're
But we
just
don't
so
see we never see any of the actual wedding planning ever.
You don't. I
Besides,
mean, it's always we got our marriage license, we got our dress, and then, we're having a bachelorette party. And it's all really heavily produced. It doesn't seem like it gets us any deeper in who these people are. So yeah, I just don't love these episodes, but here we are. We're going to cover them. We're going to talk about them. And they do sprinkle in a couple of dates here and there, and obviously some drama and things like that. So they do start the episode back off at the couples mixer. We're just going to cover the couples mixer by couples and just kind of go couple by couple. So we're going to start off here with Christine and Vic.
which we
Our
literally
golden
barely
couple.
seen at the mixer anyways. To be
I
honest.
know. I mean, they definitely were getting along well. I mean, they were hugging on each other and kissing, which, is nice to see and everything, but I'm definitely still standing by, especially at the end of these last episodes right before the wedding. I don't know why they expect us to root for these golden couples when they don't show us these golden couples. We only saw Christine have a meeting with her family. We haven't saw Vic's family at all.
Yeah.
Anytime they go on a date, it's like a 45-second thing. They did go on a couple of dates over these past episodes. I think really just the biggest one was them going to pick out her bouquet, which I thought that was a really cute date.
Well, and from the preview, it seems like they are really meeting her for the first time on the wedding day.
Yeah. And they talk about how weird that is. Which I completely agree. I also wonder, if they think that that's so weird, why didn't they make themselves available earlier? Did they think that this isn't going to happen? Are they not as strong as they are looking?
I don't know. The only thing I've seen outside of Love is Blind, which I haven't been as immersed in the side gossip as normal, but is that his students have said that he is exactly who he's showing, like he's a genuine person and stuff. So that's a good sign to me.
I think if they say yes, I think they're going to be one of those couples that stay together, forever.
Like Brett and Tiffany or Lauren and Cameron, yeah.
But I cared more about those couples because they were shown to me and I saw them go through situations and navigate things before they got married. I don't I like Christine and Vic, but couldn't tell you what I like about them.
Right. We only saw them drive on like a lonely back road, really.
Yes. Yes, they did. And they did also do, this spa date that's on the screen, but that was also, they didn't really talk a lot.
It was just them gushing about each other. I mean, that's all we see of them is them just being like, you are so awesome, and I'm like, okay, well, can we see like more of your story? I think Love is Blind followed extra couples because they knew couples would break up because they always do. And they don't want to be left like that one season where there was only 2 going up to the altar. I think that kind of gave them PTSD. So they're like, well, we'd rather have an extra couple than not have an extra couple. So,
which I'm happy with. And they did say about following them and giving them, that stupid Malibu vacation, that their attempt really was to cover as many couples as possible that were engaged. And I am happy with that. I'm glad that they took in that feedback. However, lengthen the season, then give us storylines, bring on another production team for this couple. Don't just half-ass it. You guys are Netflix. I pay too much for my subscription. And here we all are having subscriptions. This is a worldwide show. There's like 7 different languages at this point. You're telling me for the US version of Love is Blind, the original, that you can't follow as many couples as you want. I call BS.
Right. I mean, like you said, they have all of the resources in the world to add an episode. I mean, they're their own network, basically. They don't have to ask for permission or a bigger budget or anything for that. They just have to do it.
And we would eat up all of those episodes. I mean, we're begging for a 3rd episode in this batch. It's insanity. Justice for Vic and Christine. I feel like they were wronged here. I'm not trying to be salty about their love story. I'm salty about the way that Netflix handled their love story, because they're supposed to be the golden couple and we get nothing. And that's not their fault. They have personalities. They do love each other. There probably was storyline to show. Maybe their Netflix is protecting something, so like whatever cracks are there, so they're the golden couple, but I think they're genuinely in love.
I don't think they're protected anything. If there were cracks, they would show those cracks. Drama is what they're casting on at this point. I mean, there have been so many red flag people that they should have vetted out that they didn't, because they're like, well, I mean, they've even endangered people's safety at this point. There are people who haven't even been shown who have lawsuits against Netflix because of the experience. Or there was even a season they had a couple that was engaged and they followed them and then cut them out strategically of the whole season because of how violent he was.
Yeah.
Crazy. And they followed her. She was at the dress fitting. Like, I was like, why is that girl there? But they made it seem like she was someone's friend. No, she got a dress. She was
there to get married. She went through the whole process. I forget her name, but I think she was a veterinarian.
Yeah, she almost went to the altar, but she's like, I can't do this no more.
That guy was like violent. He was an alcoholic. He had no money.
He was a professional fisherman or something weird.
Love. You're right. I mean, Love is Blind does put a lot of people in danger, and at this point, I mean, it's just trash what they're doing. The longer the show goes on, the less it's what it used to be. I think Anne would definitely agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would too, but I know Anne really feels that way.
I honestly think that this show has become like a stepping stone for Perfect Match, podcasts, and brand deals.
I agree. I also watched, who is it? Kia and Tyler were on AD's podcast and they did an interview. And I learned that Kia, what?
Podcast. Right there.
Podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All of those women. Love is Blind on a podcast. Yes. Yeah. Your point proven. But they did an interview and I learned that Kia never watched Love is Blind before going on the show. And we all know, if you've watched Love is Blind, that AD has opinions about people who don't watch Love is Blind, because her whole fiance at the time did not know what he signed up for in a legitimate way, had no idea that he was like going to get married that day. That's how he acted. But anyways, Kia was able to sort of advocate a little bit of like, it actually made more sense for me to not know what I was getting into, because then I didn't have all these preconceived notions or all these ideas about what this person did or what happened to this person or that person's second choice happening in my head as it was going on. I wasn't comparing myself to all these other seasons. I just went there with an idea. And I think that did help her stay open when she was saying things to Kevin about like, we're all here for a process, don't worry about how long it takes and stuff. Cause I don't think she really knew how messy that was.
Well, sure. But she also seemed to know the exact process. So I'm like, did she really not know anything about Love is Blind? Because she seemed to be like, well, we're here to do production. I guess,
they call it an experiment, but yeah. So Vic and Christine, I mean, I think we're still at like, these two are going to get married. I wish that we could see them more, and I hate Netflix for doing them.
I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't, just because we don't see much of their story, but I think they will.
It could be the shocker, the twist of the century.
Possible. Maybe that's why they weren't shown first, because
99% certain.
I always have a feeling about the ones they show us first. Like
I
they're
hear
less
that. I
important
could
or
agree with that.
something. If they get married, they're gonna close out the season with them.
I think so. Yeah, that will be a big thing to try to pay attention to. Is when do they?
The order.
Yeah, the order is going to be important. So we move on to Amber and Jordan, and they seem to be doing good when we left them. And at the couples mixer, we got some strange editing going on to splice together a story.
Some of the weirdest editing I've ever seen, other than, like them being in like bushes and zooming in on people and stuff. Like,
which they didn't do a lot of this season.
They did that.
Yeah. They must have heard me.
But yeah, so there was some weird, I couldn't even remember like what was actually said. It sounds like he said something to Vic about like not
being nervous.
Just being nervous to meet her daughter and stuff. And then he said, you heard that wrong. You heard that wrong. Like they repeated this. It sounded like it was all voiceover, honestly, the entire ending scene of the mixer.
My suspicion is that they didn't really catch the argument. It happened at the mixer, and so they took together the pieces, like the aftermath of the argument, where they were kind of arguing in public still, but trying to be quiet about it, and then tried to make that, the situation. And then they sort of gave us, some like confessionals to put the rest of the pieces together as to how this happened. But obviously something was brought up at the mixer that Jordan said. I also think that there was some back and forth about if Jordan was going to actually meet Emma's daughter or not before they went to the aisle. And I think that is really what was making him nervous, was I can't say yes to you if I haven't met your child and we haven't chosen each other, kind of, in a sense, as well.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I don't know why I have that suspicion. It obviously wasn't said, but I feel like that was part of the storyline, because he was really advocating for like, well, when am I going to meet her? Because I think he wanted to make sure it was before they were supposed to.
Yeah. I low-key like side-eye Netflix for keeping parents involved in this series, just because I do think it's irresponsible to have somebody get married within this amount of time with a child. I think building that relationship with a child takes a lot more than just like a meeting, and all that. Like, I mean, you really got to vet people out if you're going to be doing that to people, because and that's the fine line that Netflix is walking, right? They're not even truly vetting people out. Jordan, he could seem like a nice guy on camera, and I do think he is, but he could also be a complete psycho after the series.
Yeah, I mean, she could have fallen for Chris or, Steven's son, what's his name? That Sunday guy who has all these allegations against him, who was on the show. I mean, she could have fallen for any of those guys and brought them home to her daughter to get married to them. I think it's an incredibly risky thing that Netflix is doing.
And so far, like the actual known parents, I mean, I'm not counting Tyler because he lied about that allegedly, although I think Netflix,
that man ain't no father.
He could have been found out, I think, earlier from Netflix anyways, because whatever.
He could have, yeah.
But anyways, so far, the parents being like Jess and Jordan last season, they didn't make it to the altars, so their kids were never shown, or and you didn't see them meet, which I think was the only responsible thing Netflix did, was to keep them kids off camera. But
which I don't think we're going to see this meeting happen either, which is fine.
Right. But how are you going to show their wedding without showing the child? Unless you're going to blur her face.
I mean, maybe she won't be there. There's no rule that you have to be at your parents' wedding.
But why wouldn't she be at this? I mean, the way that this woman is like,
it's
all
really
about my child.
Now it comes down to, does her and the father of her child want her child to be on television? And that's it. Like, all of this now comes down to personal decisions. And that's why this is so damn risky, because Netflix can't tell people, keep your child away from your husband for 6 months and let them integrate. Like, nobody is pacing this at all. It's all up to whatever everyone wants to do. And that is risky for a kid.
Right.
Let's just hope that the parents, Amber included in this situation, are going to make good choices about their child. I would hope that these two are not going to move in together right away, but it sounds like they are. I mean, that is also one of the conflicts going on between the two of them. So maybe they'll pull like what was her name? Colleen and that other guy and just live apart for quite a while. I think that would be a understandable thing for this couple, but I don't know if that's
Yeah.
what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I
I
mean,
worry for her child, honestly, because I don't know. I don't think I could do that to my child and be like, this
right.
is all happening so fast. Like, whether or not you like them on the first visit doesn't mean I should marry them right now.
Right. Exactly. A lot can happen.
Yeah.
I also am a little bit worried for Jordan. I think the way that she reacted to all of this, again, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because we clearly didn't see what was actually said from Jordan. So maybe she did hear something really alarming, but it seemed like she just completely shut down. She convinced herself that Jordan does not want to have a child, that he's not ready, that he's whatever. She had her little I hate men tirade in the kitchen. And I think he handled all that really well. But like when he was in the kitchen the night before, when she wouldn't talk to him, talking to his dog, eating pizza, telling his dog about how he's found himself in another relationship that he can't express his emotions, my heart broke for him because I know that he will say yes to this woman if they make it to the altar, as
I
long as everything
know.
goes good with the kids. And that makes me feel sad. I think everyone deserves to feel heard in their relationships, but for him to just be eating pizza, talking to his dog about his feelings, like it just
The
made me
sad thing
so
is he probably just doesn't think he deserves better than
yeah,
than
I hope that that's not what it is, but I could see that. And I could see him maybe making some trade-offs that aren't all the way thought through to be with Amber specifically, especially the kid thing, which I think she has, a little bit of an inkling about that.
Mhm.
But yes, next comment sucks. It is very scary for a child, and bad things totally could happen. My mom was a single mom, and she had a serious relationship when I was younger, and he ended up moving in the house. And I mean, I think I knew him for a couple of months and we saw each other a couple of times, but that was very abrupt and very like weird. I mean,
Mhm.
even maybe it was longer, maybe it was like even a year, but he would come over and have like sleepovers with my mom and stuff after a couple of months. And it's odd, especially for a young girl, to have a
Yeah.
man in the house who they're not related to. So
Well, it's
yeah.
scary too because I'm almost thinking like maybe bad things could be like very bad things can happen, you know?
Oh yes, I mean
But
it's a child's home. There's nothing more intimate than a child's home whose bedroom is just a door away. I mean, if you don't know who you're bringing into your kid's home, you don't know who you're bringing into your kid's home.
right.
You don't know what they're capable of.
And I'm not
It's
saying Jordan is capable of that. I really don't think he
no,
is.
I'm not
But
suggesting that either. But yeah,
but
every
it's
parent
always
needs to be
possible.
aware.
It's
Yes,
always
it's like you
possible.
need to think of that when you bring a friend into your home, let alone I'm gonna effing marry this guy and we're gonna all live together. Like it's
That's why I
just
think Love is Blind is like liable in that situation in a sense. Like you don't vet these people out very thoroughly at all.
yeah,
And you let parents who have young children, very young children. I mean, Jordan last season, his child was like 4 or 5 years old. I mean,
right,
you're letting somebody with very young children come into this and
right,
get married in a short amount of time. Like, you're not really thinking of the repercussions for that child. I
right.
swear, like, the longer this show goes on, which I'm sure it'll hit like 20 seasons or
Oh
something.
yeah. We'll be
And
on till we're 90.
yeah, and then in like another 20 years after that, it's going to be like a documentary about this show, just like the America's Next Top Model thing, where
Yeah.
the kids who were involved in this have
Yeah.
some kind of story of this weirdo that moved into their house.
Definitely. That'll be, episode 4, the stepchildren of Love is Blind. And it'll be, you're right. I mean, it's gonna be a whole thing. And the producers, Chris Colleen himself, just like Tyra, you guys wanted more. Like, no. This is not what we're asking for. I don't think we should be putting, I'm not saying that single parents don't deserve love, but they should not go on Love is Blind. And it makes me question their sanity just a smidge, maybe even more, that they even consider it.
Yeah, like Love Island or a show they don't have to get married is fine, but at the end of this, they're supposed to get married. And
Yeah.
I just don't think that any good parent, regardless of how great the connection is, would get married in that amount of time. I just
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. In those cases, love really is not enough. You have to have more than that. You have to have like a background check and, stability and
Yeah,
good mental health generally,
right.
like
When you
it's
have a
not
kid, love can't be blind. Like
exactly.
you have to
I mean,
have
it's
some
irresponsible at that point, in
you
my
have to have
opinion.
20/20 vision for that and some glasses. Like,
Facts. So
but
are we
anyway.
right? Are we moving on from them? I
Yep.
feel like, I mean, as far as getting married, I do think that they're up there in the chances, personally. Um, I actually think
Yeah.
they're probably in the kind of probably top of, I don't know, like probably 80% getting married as long
I
as
mean,
the kid thing,
I
one
think they
single meeting goes well.
I mean, I think they could get married. I just don't think they should get married at this, not ever, just at this rate. I think it's
Right.
just too fast when it comes to having a child. Now, if she didn't have a child, I would be like, yeah, go for it. Sure, whatever. It's only your
Right.
life that you're messing with. I
Right.
wish though she would dye her hair back red because I've seen photos of her hair red and I just think it looks
Me
so much
too.
better on her.
It
But
looks a lot more natural, and I like it when it's like curly the way that it is. It's giving like Julia Roberts, Aaron
yeah,
Brockovich.
I just
It's
think this blonde is washing her out and making her look older than she is. But
I think so too, and it's making her look like she's trying to be younger, and like it's just not
yeah.
vibing for her. I mean, she's gorge, but yeah, I wish she'd go back to her natural color too.
Yeah. Anyways, to these people. Connor and
There's a
Bree.
lot going on here.
Yes.
I mean, and who would have thought that there would be so much going on here? Because when we left them, they were kind of just chugging along on a pretty 50-50 trajectory. I mean, they were nice to each other. It seemed like things were going well, especially after their Grand Rapids trip. I think that happened in this batch of episodes that she took him to Grand Rapids and they met. She finally introduced him to her dad, which was
Right.
apparently a really big deal, and everything went well. Um, so
Well,
I thought that things were going in an upward direction, even seeing, the whole Chris situation at the mixer. I
that
mean, she
was
did
so
not.
weird. Like
It was so weird.
it's like, I don't know if that was weirdly edited or if he was just saying random things to see what would stick because
I
one
think
minute
that
it
was all
was,
Chris.
yeah, one minute it was, I would propose to you. The next minute was, we should be F buddies. The next minute was, I could take you to the Four Seasons. Let's talk about this Roth account. Like, what? I don't even know. I could barely follow that conversation. And I
I
watched it
know.
multiple times.
I know. I could not catch my breath during all of it. And that's where I'm going to give Brie the benefit of the doubt because I do think she could have handled herself a little bit better. I mean, eventually she did remember that she was engaged to somebody and reminded him of that pretty much. But I mean, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because Chris was talking so quickly about so many random
Yeah.
things. Maybe she was just in shock like all the rest of us were. But
I
I mean,
do think some of that went to her head, though. I think that's what her last conversation echoed a little bit. But I mean,
yeah,
how convenient for Chris that he's talking about having these accounts and being able to provide and all this stuff, and he's being sued currently for $38,000
yeah.
on credit card debt.
I don't think he really has it, the way that he's presenting himself by any means. But I think that that was kind of the relationship that Brie and Chris had in the pods, was that he was sort of presenting himself more as the alpha male, and she's kind of this alpha female who needs a stronger, kind of masculine presence around.
So she
And so that's
thinks.
right. I mean, that's kind of where all of this arcs at the end for them,
Mhm.
is that she's really trying to figure that out. Do I need someone like that? Or is her dad actually suggests that maybe it's something that's good about Connor, that he leads in other ways, in love and in relationships and in companionship and support, but he lets you, kind of be authentically yourself too.
Yeah. But they built up that whole trip just to barely show it. I mean, we only got some snapshots.
We got one photo in the car.
And then like a photo of her dad. And that was it. Yeah. And I know people were like, well, maybe her dad didn't want to be filmed. And I'm like, well, if he didn't want to be filmed, then he wouldn't have also let them put up a snapshot of him either.
Right. And he's going to be at the wedding if his daughter's getting married. I mean, she's not, but.
Yeah. Anyways, going to that, because I'm not going to waste my time on this Michigan trip. I mean, I did notice on this train ride, it was more her talking about how much she's like, you really love me. You really love me. And it wasn't the reason she loves him. It was all the reasons he loves her. So I knew that was not a good sign when I was watching.
Yeah. Like, and this is where she started in on this really weird idea of like, you're not getting the best version of me, blah, blah, blah. But nowhere in these episodes did she tell anyone why she was losing her mind so badly. Is it because you're about to get married? Are you working a lot? Is there somebody dying that you haven't told? Like, what is going on that you're so out of your own personality?
Right. Or that you're not giving it what you should because what?
Yeah. And I mean, I just think Connor was so gentle and sweet through all of this. I question him just a smidge because she's here telling him, and I'm a big fan of like, believe what people tell you and listen clearly. And she's saying, I'm giving you crumbs and you're accepting them and you love these crumbs.
So you love me.
Like, I question him a little bit for his love for said crumbs if she's apparently so much more expansive and great. I think not that he can demand that out of her. I mean, he can only get what he can get, but I would not tolerate this conversation very long. And she just brings it up time after time. Like, I'm not myself. I'm bad. I'm awful right now. It's like, then
I tore apart your house. I tore apart everything about you, and you love me. Like,
lady.
Oh my God. I hope he watches this back with like hindsight, and he's just like, wow, those were some signs there. And I'm glad
have some self-respect, Connor. Jeez Louise. I mean, you're a really nice, gentle, thoughtful guy. Yeah, you're like a regular guy, but there's a lot of regular girls that would be great for you. So you don't need this crazy lady. She's not herself right now.
And then when she does have that conversation with him, at first I'm like, what is she trying to say? Because at first it seemed like she was trying to say like, I think this can work and blah, blah. And then it turns into, I can't say yes at the altar because my fashion and your fashion is different. Like, there were so many weird points all brought into one. I don't think that was all Netflix editing. Like, one of the points was literally, you dress comfortable and look at me.
Yeah. Well, and it was kind of giving, who was it last season with the lifestyle problems or something? I mean, it was sort of that same flavor of, and I think at some point, I mean, she really crossed the line from expressing her concerns to full on criticizing and embarrassing this guy, like telling him he has no self-respect, or at least he doesn't act like he does, and all these kinds of things. I mean, I understand molding a man, but like, this is like stabbing the putty. This is not good.
Yeah, I think honestly, a better match for him would have been Jessica. I think they would have been great. I know it's the kids thing is a big thing this season, but still, I did feel really bad seeing him cry about it. I don't think he knew that was coming.
I didn't know that was coming. Like you said, the beginning of that conversation felt like it was going somewhere else. Like, she was kind of saying, I thought that she had this big epiphany and her dad helped her come to this, realization that this is actually the kind of man that she needs so she can blah, blah, blah. But no, she's fully needs an alpha male to boss her around.
And then she has the audacity to be like, but we can, date. It seemed like she was trying to say they could date after.
He
And then
was
she's
trying
also
to
like, but
be
at the same time, if we date, like she was so contradictory. She's like, well, yeah, we could feel this out after, but at the same time, if I'm not willing to say yes now, would it even work later? And I'm like,
yeah.
girl,
Yeah. And
just
I agree with that. I mean,
just
I
break
think
up with him and put him out of his misery. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to keep seeing this man, or you wouldn't
agreed.
be tearing him apart every second you can.
There
I
are
mean,
very few couples on Love is Blind that I think should continue dating post show if they
very
didn't make
few.
it to the altar. There was one couple, I think it was last season, that made it all the way to the altar and said such lovely things while they broke up with each other. I can't remember who it was.
Because we didn't get a single wedding anyway, so I can't
Yeah,
remember either.
they all broke up, so there's no distinctive difference.
I honestly think that last couple with the kid, Jordan and Amber, could be one of those that dates instead of gets married right away. I'd be fine with
Oh,
that.
yeah, that would be they're again, yeah, one of the exceptions, definitely. But, yeah, I think
Mhm.
these 2, if it's not it now, maybe
And
it could
very
be
few of them
later, but
have even dated outside. Like, the only ones I can think of that actually continued to date after saying no at the altar is literally season 1, Damien and
right.
Giannina, and they
Yeah,
dated, like, off and on for a while.
they did, yeah,
I
they
don't
had,
know
like, a little
why.
bit of a messy mess going I mean, just because 'cause they're messy, both of those humans are messy.
Damien especially, honestly,
I
but
know.
yeah. I just remember that scene in the bedroom when he's in one room and she's in another one, and she's, like, talking about their ex-life or something, and she's like, "Do you not wanna love me?" Or she just had this big, like, I don't remember what she said, but it was so dramatic, and he's, like, in a
She
whole other room, and I'm like, "What is this?"
she was always so she had this cadence to her voice that just made it so, like, "Ah." And I mean,
Yeah,
she ran away at the altar and fell on her little poor butt.
that
It
was
was
nothing can beat season 1 just because
nothing.
of you got the golden couple, you
Yeah,
had, like, second runner-up couple, which, like, had this little love triangle thing going on as well, and
right.
it was
And it
giving
was the
everything.
high as a viewer. We didn't know where it was going exactly. At this point, I mean, we know this show and the way that it goes like clockwork. Even before Ann and I got on live today, we were talking about some of the things that we thought that we missed that were staples, like the Lachey's being at the dress thing and, introducing the city and like all we know that all these things happen as a matter of production now. It's just
Yeah.
at the first season, even the second, not that it's exciting to see the Lachey's on the screen, but you just didn't know, what was really coming next other than at some point
Mhm.
these people are getting married. But now it's just
Yeah.
it's 5 episodes of Pods, it's 2 episodes of Vacation. It's just
Yeah, they
like
focus more on drama now too. Like, they used to
yeah,
focus a lot more time on, like, meeting families and seeing each other's places, and you even saw a little bit of wedding planning. I mean, the only wedding planning we saw was Emma asking, what's his face, Mike, if he liked the color green.
right.
But I remember there was a whole part of season 2 where Shane was talking to Natalie about, what kind of, like, beer over, like, what
Yeah,
things were at the wedding. Yeah,
that's
so
true.
I wish we saw more of, like, conversations like that, but I could
Yeah.
only imagine, oh my god, I can only imagine those conversations with, Alex this season. Oh my god, like, the amount of, like, 3 different answers in one answer you would get from that man, like, "Let's have a cake of Arizona or Florida," or, like, or
A
New
globe.
Zealand,
The
like,
man is obsessed with globes. He had one on their date. I mean, they could just get a globe cake.
honestly, I've never seen someone so obsessed with being a
I
homosexual.
will say, while we're talking about production quickly, one kind thing that I will say is I was impressed with the casting this season. I not that like everyone was ready and great and whatever. I mean, they always have to cast, a certain amount of people for it to be a television show and be entertaining. But we have been asking for people who are over 20,
Well,
7
yeah.
for a long time. And I think that they finally really delivered that part to us, which was
I
nice.
think they've been doing that for the last couple seasons, so.
Yes, but I think we're still kind of climbing in the age a little bit. I think we're still getting
I
more
would
towards the
love
new
just
one.
a version of this where it's like 40s and 50s.
Yes, the
like,
golden love is blind or something like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
I
the
would love
golden
that.
goblet marriages.
It's like the what is it the Golden Bachelorette or
Right,
Golden
yeah,
Bachelor or
the
whatever? I
golden
loved
or
that
yeah.
series. That's so wholesome.
Yeah,
But
it's really cute. They also have this dating show on Netflix of older people sort of re-entering the dating scene, and it's
yeah,
narrated by Michelle Obama, which is really cute too. And I think that that's also a really precious show. So, I
yeah.
mean, older people dating are just so cute. They ain't over here making booty
But I
calls.
do need a version of that on Love is
I
Blind. Or
think
like
that
go a
would
different direction. Maybe get like a gay version or something. That would be fun.
I think so. It'd be maybe we all need a little bit of a break from this version,
It's
make it
so
exciting again.
Yeah, it's just the same old every damn time. And there's always like drama around a bunch of characters. Like we're always picking these people apart after because like I mean, most of them shouldn't have even applied. But
Right. Well, that's part of the
yeah,
fun of it for me is finding out,
all the
the
stuff.
reality.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody is perfect. Anyone goes on TV, people are gonna
Mhm.
find people who don't like you. I mean, to various extents, but
Right. But I just feel like it's always like things that I'm like, this person shouldn't have even been casted, you know? So it just,
Mhm.
okay.
I mean, if
That's,
we're real, 50% of marriages end in divorces, so 50% of people that got married regular probably shouldn't have got married regular either. So
yeah, but at least there's not a whole production crew pushing, these
yeah,
weird predators on people. But
that's very true. Yeah, and all these people like us doing shows about it on
yeah,
YouTube.
let us find our predators in our own way, you know, via Tinder or something like
The
normal
regular
people.
way.
A regular way. Don't put them in front of me on a silver platter or gauntlet. Anyways, moving on to one of these horrible couples. I mean, I like her a lot, especially now that I know she does lashes. Like, girl, me too, somewhat.
Yeah.
I try not to anymore, but
Mhm.
seeing her little lash studio. But I just hate watching this, knowing all this stuff about him. Like knowing that one, he's a Ninja Turtle. I mean, once they started making the comparisons between him and Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle, I could not unsee it.
I
Um,
know, it's really bad.
and also, that he had this girlfriend that he was seeing before and after the show. He
Yeah.
was lying about where he was, and then he was telling her he was on the show and he was doing it for brand deals. And I'm like, brand deals for a Ninja Turtle? Okay. And then to find out now, like, did you see the thing that just came out about him? I'll read
Um,
it if you haven't.
I thought that I saw it and glanced at it, but I haven't read it.
So this came off of like a Facebook page, Love of Reality TV.
Yes.
And this post said, so this Cabbage Patch Kid, Devo. And I'm like, Cabbage Patch, oh my God.
We didn't even need to name him. We all know who you're talking about.
Oh, for sure. How dare you even come on a show and admit to your girlfriend before and after the show that you were mostly going for brand deals, cheated on the girl in the picture, and then Devo will be announcing his engagement and new baby on the way at the reunion. Dude is full of it. That's the post.
Baby?
He's pulling a whole Sparkle Megan on us.
Oh my Lanta.
And
I
this is
mean,
like the photo, I guess, if y'all want to see it. I don't know if you will. Wait. I don't know if like
we gotta put it closer, I think.
closer.
Yeah.
There
Now leave it
is.
there.
Yeah, there you go. That's the photo of him and
She
this
kind of
girl.
looks like a white Britney.
She looks like a something.
Really? I mean, she kind of got a similar smile.
Well, he's got issues with, races other than white.
With his own race. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, he's self-hating and
He's self-something, self-sabotaging, self It's all bad for this guy.
And for this guy to bring up a prenup, I'm like, dude,
I
you're moving
know.
into her house, it sounded like. And
Exactly.
prenup for what? You're not marrying her. You know, you knew you weren't going to marry her. You did it for brand deal. So don't bring up prenups. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like he did that to like have something to film about or something to like throw her off or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would have been something that would have been brought up in the pods. I know there was another couple that had this deal with prenups or whatever, but I
Mhm.
almost believed their situation more than this. Like,
Yeah.
what business is he doing? Like, what
Well,
is
he
he?
did share with her when they went to somewhere, his place or a different location at her place. I don't know. She was sharing what her bills were. And then he said that he makes anywhere from like 6 or 12 grand a month to 40
Oh
grand a
yeah,
month.
sales.
Like all the
But
way up to 40 grand. So I mean, he
yeah,
probably has like a little pot, I'm sure, stashed away if he's
I
responsible
mean,
with his money, but
he's in
not,
sales, but
he's not a millionaire. I mean,
why are you bringing up a prenup when you have a whole girlfriend at home? You know, like if
yeah,
that's
well, that's
genuine.
exactly why, because he's gonna go through with this stupid show and turn around and divorce her. He realizes this girl is living so cheaply that her mortgage is like he said his mortgage was like 3 or 4 times the amount of her mortgage.
Yeah.
So, I think he just thinks automatically she's coming after everything that I have so that she doesn't have to pay this mortgage anymore.
How
I mean,
racist of him.
I don't even think that's really possible, but I could be wrong. I mean, if you have a quick marriage like that, you can't just be automatically entitled like that, right?
I mean, you're once you get past the annulment period, I mean, you're kind of I know that you can a lot of times get back most of your assets that you had before marriage.
Mhm.
But anything you make
That's
during
kinda
the
what I'm
marriage,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
what
I know
I'm
that's the typical thing, but that doesn't mean that that always is how it works. So I don't
right.
know. I mean,
I mean, even if he has 6 really good months in sales and they get divorced after 6 months, like, what
I wouldn't be
you
mad
just
about
made,
the
like,
prenup thing.
300K.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad about the prenup thing, honestly, because like I feel like a lot of people should protect bigger assets that they
For
had and
this
stuff like
show,
that.
everyone should have a prenup. I'm not mad about it either, but I
But
think you're right. The way he brought it up, the way he used it, when he used it, all of that was planned. And she even asked, "Did you plan to talk about this tonight?" And he said, "Yeah." Well, then why not bring it up last week? Why not bring it up in the pods? Why not?
right, they don't
Why
even
not?
have enough time to draw one up at this point, anyways.
Yeah, like you're gonna get one from ChatGPT or something and just, have it on standby when you sign your marriage
Well, and
license.
it
I
just
mean, please.
I think what irritates me most is just that he's not going to use it. He doesn't need one. He's not going to say yes to her.
Right.
And he's just like he said, he's doing it for brand deals. That little Ninja Turtle he is.
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch Kid. I kind of like the Cabbage Patch Kid better, but
I mean, he looks like a Ninja Turtle, but he also looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid, so
it's both.
I don't know.
Very
I
risky.
mean, they're going past these episodes still engaged, but I have an internal sense based on the preview that I saw that they will not go make it to wedding day. I think we're gonna get one of those scenes beforehand.
Yep, a Sparkle Megan scene.
Yeah, that might actually be the opening. Well, no, the opening is gonna have to be, um,
Yeah, they're going to finish out this
um,
other wedding, but
yeah.
anyways, moving on
Yes,
because I can't look at this man
very
any longer.
unlikely. Yeah, very unlikely chance of getting
To
married,
another man I can barely look at.
and another
Yeah,
unlikely chance of getting married.
I think this guy's trolling us. Like the way this man talks in circles, and like how confusing. If I were her, I wouldn't say yes to him at all. Like there's no way I could be in that much confusion my whole life and want to travel to literally everywhere. This
Right,
man is like such a travel sexual. Like I'm not even sure if it's a complete hobosexual, but it's
right.
like he's such a like I've been here and here and here and I want to go here and here and here and I want to have a house here and here and here and it's like
I
dude,
think
what are you talking about? You talk like you're a 14-year-old high guy.
Right. Yeah, like somebody who just has no idea about anything. Yeah. And I think he is a travelsexual. That is a good term to coin. And I think at least, but without thinking it through all the way, I think that's worse than a hobosexual, because hobosexuals at least get a reputation around
Yeah.
town where people can kind of know what they're signing up for after a while. This guy's going to come in, he's going to make his house known for a while, and then he's going to cheat on me and he's going to come out. And now everyone knows and we can pass him around. This guy has the ability to just, boom, be a new guy here, boom, be a new guy over there.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what kind of treachery is behind this lying, manipulative man.
Doesn't like to talk about his past. Can't even get straight like where he came from. Did I fly in from Cleveland or Austin?
He doesn't have a real mother, Miss Anne. I mean, of course he doesn't know where he came from. He truly doesn't know where he came from.
You are not the only one who thinks that his mom was casted. But I did see one of his, was it a coworker of his or someone that he knows, a cousin. Oh, his cousin came forward and said, yes, that's his real mom.
Lies. I don't believe that. I need a birth certificate at this point.
Well, they looked through obituaries to find the connection between, they looked through obituaries of his grandparents to find the connection between him and his cousin. So they are actually cousins. But
okay, good. See, and you know why they had to show that proof? Because everybody knows this man is a liar.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he, 1 minute he's like, oh, I lived in Austin for a little bit. And then it's, oh, well, did you live in Austin with this girl? Does that mean that you were just there for a few weeks? Did you actually live there? Because you also said you lived in Cleveland for the last year and a half. Like,
insane. I mean, there's so many holes in this guy's story. I think Candace Owens is about to do her next special on him.
Honestly. I mean, the man was so travel focused and he has so much like travel on his mind, which I love a good travel, like take me somewhere. But I mean, shit. But
not only travel, but safe houses.
Yeah, what safe from what? Safety from what?
Like, I don't know. Like a safe house, like code for rich people for like stashing your money. I have no idea. I don't pretend to be a Bitcoin day trader
thing.
Like, yeah. I think this is all jargon for that stuff, but I think he's like in the fakery around all that stuff too. I just think his whole personality, his whole self is fake. And I know that Ashley knows at this point because she just could not keep it in at that last date on the, blanket with the fireplace. I do not think she was feeling it. I do not think she was falling for it anymore. And I think she is going to go to the wedding day to make a fool out of this man and have a deep,
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope she says no. I hope she's not just like, oh, he's a soccer player and he's hot or whatever. I don't even think he's that good looking, but I mean, it is.
Yeah, there is not a single damn chance that these two get married. I will not be back.
Her dad should definitely put an end to that if it even gets that far.
Yeah, they need to have a speak now or forever hold your peace moment, and her dad needs to drag her by her train out of that wedding if she's going to say yes.
For sure. For somebody who is so travel focused, he has zero direction.
None.
Like, it's so confusing even watching him talk. Like in that little confessional that everybody's been, replaying everywhere, that in 5 years I would like to have, like a house in Florida, the safe house in New Zealand,
safe house in something field, New Zealand. Yeah, just all these. And you know what? He doesn't say a single thing about Ashley. He does mention a wife, but I don't think that wife is Ashley. He has no plans for his family, no plans for, how the woman in his life is, where she's going to fit into the safe house and the trust and all of that. I mean, if he was real about anything, he would be asking for a prenup, but he's not because he's fake.
Well, of course, he's got a podcast now.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. He has a podcast and he interviewed his mother.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
He had to hire that woman again?
I don't know. But he definitely interviewed her.
You're lying. This is a joke.
I don't think so. I'm not lying. I read that some on one of these little pages that he had her on there. And
I'm even more suspicious now that that's his mom. If
just
that's
like
true.
Joe had a podcast, like all these motherfuckers get a sorry, I don't mean to swear. All these mother effers get a podcast after Love is Blind. Like, how many damn podcasts do we need? I'm sorry. But this podcast situation. Like, yes, we have a YouTube channel, we talk about whatever, but I like every single person from this show that doesn't get married has a effing podcast at some point. And it
Yeah, I mean,
started
why
at season
not?
2.
I really don't blame them. I understand that we're flooded now with reality stars trying to be influencers, but isn't that the point of it being an influencer? I mean, maybe I'm just like a little past
I
that, so I don't
guess, but
really
I'm
get
just
it.
sick of them
But
not really working for it. They're just hopping on a podcast and getting a podcast. I mean, some are okay. Some are, doing well for themselves, but I see most of these podcasts just going to nothing. I mean,
well, that's the thing. It's like, yes, they're not working for it, and you're right. And that will pan out after episode 5 when, they're not getting viewers anymore.
mhm.
It's not going to be sustainable for them.
I don't know. What I do know is he definitely fumbled this entire conversation with this Priyanka girl or whatever. Of course,
Yeah.
she knows him and she's like, oh, well, saw you in Austin. And that just triggered the downhill that was Alex the next. I mean, he's been on a downhill, but it was even worse. The best thing he ever did was order her McDonald's.
Yes. But I texted Anne, there's been this picture on social media going around of him sitting on the couch with his phone out when he was ordering McDonald's, and they, put a McDonald's uniform on him with the headset and everything. And they were like, maybe this is one of those jobs that Alex had when he was
I think
traveling.
so.
I think so too. I mean, he really was a natural at like what kind of sauce, what type of this. It was just when you work somewhere, you develop kind of a cadence or a rhythm when you're asking those kinds of questions. And he just had them down.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked at McDonald's. It's something that doesn't leave you. Like, I haven't worked at McDonald's in like 15 years, and I still take like Dean's order perfectly every time, or like I recite it like perfectly when I'm at the speaker or whatever. I'll be like,
Right.
I want this, 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 and this modification, and this and that. Like, I know it can be modified. I know it cannot. I know you can make a whole grilled cheese at McDonald's. You can make things that don't even exist there,
Right.
But yeah, so I think he does have that background. Although I will say too, if he hasn't worked at McDonald's and he's on the app, they do ask you those questions on the app as well. So if he's just going through the app, that could be it as well.
I considered that, but I thought he was moving just a little quickly and with a little more natural,
Yeah, maybe this was Netflix showing us like this man has had other jobs, people. He is not just a day trader. He's a day trader by day, but at night he is a MIT crew member.
Oh, he is slanging them French fries at night. And actually, speaking of that, I need to get myself a Shamrock Shake. Real bad.
That just inspired. That's what this really was promotion for McDonald's. So you're welcome, McDonald's. And there is a McDonald's in every state. Like, this is that travel thing he's got going on. There is one of those everywhere.
Yeah, maybe that's why he's got the nugget order down so good. Just, he's used to calming women down with nuggies. It is a classic move.
It's borderline textbook hobo travel sexual.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so classic. Yeah, I mean, that they had an ongoing argument for the rest of these episodes about pretty much this interaction. I don't believe a word he says. I think he was probably sneaking around with his little ex-girlfriend a little bit. I felt like by the look on his face and the change in his tone when she got up from this conversation and said, if you would just tell me I effed up, I lied, this is actually the story, I probably would not be this upset as I am right now. And immediately he looked remorseful. He looked like I'm such a stupid guy, and yet still had nothing clearer.
He's one of those, he's not gonna admit he's wrong. He's not
No,
gonna
I
admit
think
that
for
stuff.
a smidge, a wave of guilt, went over him, but then the self-centeredness
because he comes up with all these different conflicting stories to get out of being accountable for anything. Like, to get out of actually saying what really happened. Like, yeah, I went and saw my ex-girlfriend and I went from her house to here,
Yeah, and I'm
and
glad that Priyanka was in that conversation. Not that Ashley needed help. I think Ashley does just fine at challenging him. In fact, I think she kind of plays dumb a little bit to allow him to keep digging himself a hole.
yeah.
But I'm glad that Priyanka was there, one, because she kind of can verify and validate things that he says if they're true or not. But I just think that, like, he needed to be he needed someone to ground him in reality
Yeah.
a little bit. And she is actually someone who is in his past. Whereas
And
he
then
can make up whoever he wants to be to Ashley. That's what
yeah.
he does in all these other places.
Well, and then he's like, "What are you still doing here?" Just
He
got
was so
me.
mean to her at the end of this he was like, either you're my friend and you're sticking up for me, or get the F on and don't talk to me because now you're ganging up on me. It's just
And
at
she's
no
his,
point was he ganged up on.
and that hurt him because she's his total type. So,
Right.
anyways, I'm done with this man. Let's move on to this last couple and be done with it. Because,
Yep.
gosh, having those two back to back, it just takes a lot out of me.
Yes.
So, anyways, we get to Emma and Mike, who honestly they didn't show us much of these people at all. We saw them like hang out with some giraffes, which that was actually a fun little scene that I did enjoy. And I wish we saw more things like that, but
Yeah.
whatever.
The draft date was honestly one of the highlights of all of the episodes that just dropped. I mean, the two.
I loved
But
it. I
yeah,
absolutely loved it for some reason. And I do think she looks beautiful in this dress. At first, I was not sure about her saying yes because this whole kid thing.
right.
And I guess they must have had a conversation like, if you say yes, then that means you're okay with having kids. And that'll be
I
the
think
green light
so.
for me
I
to
think
say
that
yes.
that was the like off camera agreement that they end up having. But I don't know. I mean, I suspected that until we got to wedding day, and then all of a sudden he's like demanding an answer from her. Like, I need to know right now. And I'm kind of feeling like if they agreed on that beforehand, he wouldn't be demanding an answer. He'd just be waiting for her to say yes or no. So
Well,
I
he
don't
even
know.
said at this moment, like when they're
Right.
right here, like he brought up the kid thing as they're,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, so basically if she says yes, he knows that she wants kids then and she's okay with kids. And and I wasn't sure which way this was gonna go, but I'm not 100% sure he's gonna say yes back because this
Yeah.
kid thing. I mean, it might just not be enough time for them to talk about it. So I don't know, honestly. This couple could go 50-50 for me. Like, I don't know if they're going to say yes or no. I know she says yes, but I don't know if he's really going to say yes or no or
Yeah.
what. And I just, I think that these are one of those couples that I think if they dated regularly and were not in this process, like it could have been a more gradual
Yeah.
love story. But I think with the kid pressure, and stuff, like it just adds a layer of like you
Yeah. I mean, I also feel like maybe if they dated in the real world, they wouldn't really consider each other because
the kid
of her
thing.
stance on kids. And
Mm,
I'm not sure she would have put herself in a position to really consider having children if she wasn't in this experiment with someone who really wanted kids. But
right.
I don't know.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
kid thing aside, I would think they would be a good couple, honestly. Like from what we've
agreed.
seen.
I think that they are a really well suited match. I think that they have good communication. I think that they're really cute. Just seeing them interact with each other just seems pretty natural. Not like head over heels golden couple natural, but actually normal, regular people
Right.
having a life together. So yeah, I think if they get married, I think they have good chances. I think that they are a really well suited couple towards each other. And I really think I'm leaning towards they are going to get married. And I think this because they left us on the cliffhanger. And it's almost like, when Emma says yes, like you said, that's almost like, okay, I want to have kids. And that's really his only holdup. So it's almost kind of like a done deal, sort of. But
Yeah.
when they leave us on this cliffhanger, then we start to second guess ourselves and worry.
Right, because I mean, honestly, I don't know if this is editing, but the look on his face was almost like he thought she's gonna say no. Like it wasn't like a
Well, she
relief
was
happy.
being so weird. She was like, "I can't imagine my life without you." Like, it
I
was
know,
so
I
weird.
know, I know. Just
Hey,
the
and
way
Blue,
it
sorry that you're late. We are wrapping up really, really soon here, but
mhm.
definitely feel free to rewind and rewatch. I'll
And
have
then
to
leave
watch
us a
the
nice
beginning.
comment on your
Yes,
thoughts
thanks
for
for
sure.
leaving the comment, and yeah, leave a comment afterwards and follow along. I feel like they're not getting married, probably maybe these 2.
Yeah.
He's always telling her to stop joking or to be more serious. I have noticed that, but I've also noticed that she laughs a little too much during serious conversations. I mean, I don't like when he's trying to tamp her down. I think he needs to just realize that that's who she is, and she's a very unserious person.
Or just that sometimes people laugh when they're nervous. It doesn't mean that she's not serious. It could just
Yes,
be a
and she
nervous
does do
thing.
nervous laugh a lot,
Yeah.
so I agree. I feel like they were both planning on saying no, and she flipped the script at the last moment. I think so too, and I
Maybe.
think that's where
Ooh,
that weird pitch came out of her voice, like, she was gonna say no, and then she was like, "I can't imagine," and I think the "My life without you" part was so genuine that even she was surprised, like, just,
yeah, that's a
"Oh."
really good theory because honestly, I felt like the mom knew something, like his mom. Like she kept
Yeah, she
the
had it
way she
all over her
was
face.
yeah, like she was kind of like, well, we will be there for you. Like, like
Yeah.
it seemed like she had the inkling that he wasn't gonna say yes or that she might not say yes or whatever. Like just
I
that
feel like
it
his
wasn't gonna
parents
work.
were gently trying to nudge him into saying no when they were talking about, like, "Well, we're really traditional, and this is how me and mom did it, so this is why it's hard for us." I mean, they were ultimately supportive, but I think they are just really supportive parents. I
Yeah.
think that's as close as those kind of parents are gonna get to saying, like, "You really shouldn't do this."
And I don't think it's that they don't like her. I just think that they think that there needs to be more time, like
Yeah,
just
I
the
think they don't like the
fastness.
process and the experiment,
Yeah.
but I'm leaning towards they're gonna get married. Him and his parents look surprised and then mad. Yeah, that's
Well,
yep,
and he also set it up for like, in his little confessional before the actual aisle where he's all dressed up and stuff, where he's like, if she says yes, that means she wants to have kids. Like, that means I'm going to say yes, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, like you're saying with this thing, like, were they really planning on saying no? And then that's his cop
right,
out to like being okay with it. I
right.
don't know, but I do have questions when it comes to how we got here, especially because like we were talking about, they need a couple of extra episodes where we can actually follow the people that they're not really showing us. They barely show us these people. They never show us Vic and Christine.
Christine, yeah,
They're starting to barely show us Jordan and girl with a kid.
right.
And I have questions about these people. And they
Agreed.
keep showing me the trash people. They keep showing me Alex over and over and over again with this travel word salad.
I
Like,
know. And the story just gets muddier and muddier. There's no clarity there. And then, I mean, all the like Bree and Connor and Chris drama and, all for that to just end in nothing. I
yeah,
mean, I know they have to give us the story as to why people ended, but like, isn't that what the podcast and the reunion and all that stuff is for? Like, can we see
yeah,
the people in the process that are
right.
gonna go through with the process? Netflix
Yeah,
producers are the only ones who have the benefit of knowing who actually gets married at the end, and it's like they don't use any of that insight to inform how much screen time they're gonna give any of the couples. In fact, it's like they do it the opposite. Like,
oh
these
yeah.
people are for sure gonna get married, so we'll give them 5 minutes in a batch of 7 episodes.
And then we, like you said, we don't even get invested in them, so we don't even care that
Yeah,
they get married. I
yeah,
mean, unless these random side quest stories are gonna end up with someone on a jet ski, like what's his name? Jeremy and Sarah, like,
Jeremy, yeah,
then let it be done, okay? Unless that's the kind of drama you're gonna give me to where people
right,
actually run, because I'm always hoping that somebody runs off with another person at some point, in the season, you
right.
know, a couple
That
that
would
are
be if we're gonna cover drama. I mean, that would be it. That would be great. And
right,
we
but they've
always sort of
only given me
either
that one time in 10 seasons. I mean,
yeah.
that's just ridiculous.
And honestly, like, they went full force on that. I know that they were the biggest villains ever, and I don't like those people because I think that they were shady and
Yeah.
gross. But boy, was it entertaining to see those two show up at the reunion together, hand in hand,
In
and then just
prom
break
outfits.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just break up like the very next day on social media. I mean, it was just all the peak of Love is Blind drama, just the messiest.
Yeah, I can appreciate that kind of drama where I see people ride off together in jet skis. I mean, even Uche tried it with what's her
Yeah,
name, but
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But
there
I
has
mean, this
been some good cast drama.
sure, but that's when I feel like, people were vetted a little better. Like this is just getting dangerous at this point for, inviting all these people with kids and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's so conflicting now, but back to these people, I'm 50-50 on them too. I don't know. I know she said yes. And I think before I would have thought it's a no, most likely because
Right.
this kid situation, but I don't know. I think this could go either way, but
Yeah.
I
I think
wouldn't be
he's gonna
shocked
do
either
it.
way.
I think he's gonna jump off the cliff with her. I'm gonna be an optimist and a romantic. I'm gonna lean yes with them, and I think that's why they started with them. I think that's why they gave us this cliffhanger, because now for him it's a done deal and he's madly in love. They're gonna have wonderful family.
Yeah, unless she switches up on him later and is like, "Yeah, I don't know about this kid thing." That's what I'm nervous for with her is like after all of the bells and whistles are gone, if she's going to
So
feel like, "Okay, now that I'm here in this space with you, I'm just still not feeling this kid thing." Like I hope that's not the case, but I feel like she's thought
yeah,
the same way for her whole life and her family knows that, and that's why they keep reminding her of this, and she is
right,
just in a couple weeks changing her mind, which is fine. You can change your mind at any point, but I just hope that it's not because of getting, this guy and getting married in this whirlwind that you're in.
right. Yeah,
So,
agreed. We
anyway.
shall see. So the weddings come out on Wednesday. I'm sure we'll all be parked in front of our televisions as soon as we can get there to see what happens with this couple and the rest of them.
Yep.
I know last episode when we filmed this, I left off with a little bit of what my AI that has been helping me keep all of my notes together thinks is going to happen. And so I figured we might as well end off on that
Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's be bad
again
real
this
quick.
episode.
Yes. Where'd you go? I'm
Right.
trying to
So,
okay.
can you still see me?
Yes.
Am I here now?
Yes.
Okay. So, we have Christine and Vic, and this is just according to my AI. This is just a fun thing. Obviously, it has no crystal ball. Christine and Vic
We
is
are
100%.
we are without a crystal ball, huh?
We are without crystal ball, but we are not without a crystal ball, if you get what I'm saying. We have Christine and Vic is going to be 100% yes. I agree with that fully, unless there's some kind of strange twist that they're trying to give us. Then they have Amber and Jordan now pulling up to second place with an 85% yes. And they said that they repaired their first real conflict quickly. Jordan took accountability. What did Jordan have to take accountability for? AI machine?
I guess being nervous about the daughter thing. I don't know.
That's a natural emotion. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I do generally agree with 85% yes, as long as they can, as long as nothing, this is actually what it says. They're a yes unless something catastrophic happens at the altar. And I agree with that.
I don't know. You know how I went into depth about how I feel about them being a yes. I mean,
Right.
if there wasn't a child involved, I'd be fine with it. But it's just such a fast process to put a child through and do all this, and
Yeah.
we haven't seen anybody get this far with it. And I think they will both show up to the altar. But I don't know.
True.
I don't know. I
So,
don't know how I feel about it.
surprisingly, here in third place, we have Emma and Mike now with a 60% yes and a 40% no. It says why he might say yes is because they have good communication they have a good connection, and she said yes first. And that she's opened up more about having kids, but he might say no because the kids are such a non-negotiable, and his family is obviously worried. Even AI knows how worried his family is.
Hmm.
And he's been the more certain partner the entire time, and maybe that can flip at the altar. So it's a true cliffhanger. I'm more convinced that they are going to get married, but we'll see.
I think I agree with the AI to like I kind of more 50-50, but maybe like 60-40. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what they have.
Mm-hmm.
So next we have Brittany and Devo in fourth place with a 45% yes and a 55% no. I would go more of like 20,
I would say like a -4%.
Probably.
I'm
It
in the
says the
negative.
cracks are real. Reasons for yes are that they pray together, they have emotional tenderness, and they do want the same long-term things, which I can agree with.
Have we seen them pray together? I'm sorry, did I miss that? Or are we talking about Vic and Christina?
Well, have we seen them pray together?
That's what I'm wondering. Y'all let me know in the
Yeah,
comments
you
if
could
we've
be
seen.
wrong. Yeah, this is true. And then if that's the case, we're down to only 2 bullet points versus the 5 for no, which is no chemistry.
No
Um,
chemistry.
complaints that keep resurfacing, the prenup that shook Brittany, Devo's poor communication, and Brittany's dad loves Devo more than she does. Oh, the
And the
shade.
rumor that he is engaged and
Yes,
has a child on the way.
I did not
with
feed
someone
that
else.
into my AI workup here, but I'm sure that it would have had something to say
And Blue
about that.
says they did pray. Okay. I don't remember that part, but
Okay. I know there was a couple people that had kind of a cornerstone of faith, but I think Vic and Christine just sort of take the spotlight with that.
yeah, very much
So
so.
then we have finally Ashley and Alex with a 20% yes, 80% no. I would go more towards 100% no. It says the
Please.
ex-girlfriend reveal changed everything. Plethora of reasons why they won't make it. We all know this. So that's going to be a no for us. And then finally, we have Bree and Connor and Jessica and Chris, who are already broken up. 0% yes.
That man Alex is only like F-boy material, honestly. Like he cannot keep a single thought straight. So
Agreed.
who can deal with that? Who has the patience to dissect everything this man says to get to the truth? Like I can't.
And she should have known in the pods. I mean, if you spend so much time just only talking to that guy and he can't get a story straight.
And he only talked about himself. It's always about himself. I
He's
did
very
soccer.
self-centered.
So
Yeah.
self-centered. I want to be in soccer. I want to travel. I
Right.
want my
I know
picture
a lot of
taken. Like
I know
whatever.
a lot of athletes can tend to be self-centered because they do have to focus so much on, like, their health and their diet, and it has to kind of all be me, 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 but
But not a
you're not an
failed
athlete.
athlete. Like you're
Yeah,
not
you're
an
not an
athlete
athlete
anymore.
anymore. You're a damn soccer coach, like, probably for, like, a children's league or something.
I mean, I want a safe house in New Zealand. Like that shit.
In
Blues.
Queenstown, New Zealand, that's what it was. Oh,
That threw me to the floor all the I'm like, what is he saying? What is the garbage
nothing.
coming out of his mouth? He
He's
talks
saying nothing.
Yeah, he talks so much that he actually says nothing. And I think even Ashley said that to him at one point. Like you say so much that it's none of it's like you're not coherent.
Right. Yeah, a lot of words and not a lot of information.
It's like talking to a drunk traveler or something, like all the time, you know?
Yeah, it is.
And just the
Ugh.
way he talks gives me PTSD. So I can't.
I mean, in the preview, I saw, and this could be producer shenanigans, but I saw what looked like her in her wedding dress walking away, and then somebody saying she basically just called him a liar. And I am praying and begging that that is real footage of the wedding of these two, because I hope that she goes up there and
Yeah.
she just says, "Look, I figured out your story, and not only did I figure out your story, I had my daddy and his private investigators for his lawyer firm dig into you a little bit, and I hope she reads this man for filth and her daddy comes and grabs her hand and they walk away.
And then we're going to see them both on the same season of Perfect Match.
Yes, he's spouting red pill BS. Yeah.
Very much. Very much so. I do think we're going to see her for sure on Perfect Match. She's going to be one of them that we see.
Absolutely. She's got great personality for it. Obviously, she has the bikini body that they all live in their bathing suits on that show. So
I think they'll even bring him in to be messy like they did.
I was just about to say that too. I think Alex is actually a really good fit for that show as well. I mean, he's a nomad, so he might just be traveling through.
And Joe.
Yeah, let's bring back Joe. I miss him so much.
Yeah, like he was a horrible like spouse, but the same like, you know, candidate. Like he was never meant to get married, but he was hilarious.
Like they do have to cast some people like Alex, some people like Joe that really aren't ready because, and it's sad for the girls who pick them, but
at least to me, like Alex to me is just a fumbling like liar. And to me, Joe was just hilarious. Like I knew he wasn't making it to no altar, but that whole like the whole scene of him trying on his tux and freaking out and having to go have a cigar outside, like just in the way he talked about the other guy too, like, you know, he ain't my guy, but like just the things he'd say, I'm like, this guy is so funny. Like
I know, I miss him so much. It was good entertainment to watch Joe. I mean, I think has done a couple of reactions even to this season. I think he was reacting to Chris at the mixer, and he was like, wow, you know, what a weird guy over here getting really drunk at the cast mixer, making a fool of himself. Who does that? It's just like, you're so good. I love it.
Yeah. He's got self-awareness, although he did have that fake apartment, but Joe was just probably the funniest person out of Love is Blind.
I mean, fake apartment, fake mom. I think we know which offense is worse, okay?
Yeah, it was so apparent when Joe was going through that whole Airbnb, like, and then she's like, "Oh, you got this?" He's like, "I do." Like he didn't know anything that was in that effing place.
It was crazy, and like the one seasoning in there, it was all bad. And Blue says, "I miss Joe too. Sadly, he's happy. Why are you sad for him? You want to be with him, and Blue?"
I don't blame you.
He is
the laughs would keep coming.
Yeah, and his socials are hilarious.
Well, you know, you know, he is in a relationship. I have heard that, but I think it's the same girl that they were talking about at the reunion. So, like, how happy can it be? You know, like, we'll see him on Perfect Match in a little bit, in like a few seasons. You
keep looking out, and Blue. It might not be a forever thing.
Hang tight. I think we'll see this man on Perfect Match in probably 2 seasons.
Yeah, you could shoot your shot anytime. He can't be on Perfect Match. You do want to be with him, don't you?
No, he can be on Perfect Match, and I hope he is. We just got to give him time, okay? We'll just got to give him some time.
Like time to like mature, you mean?
Time to get out of his relationship.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Because that'll happen at some point, I think, you know.
Yeah, it's probably not.
He has blown up 2 marriages, all right? Like he was at the mailbox, couldn't do it, and then he was at the tux fitting, couldn't do it. He is a
professional wedding blower offer, runawayer.
He is a runaway groom.
Hopefully Blue does not want to get married and just wants a long-term or a short-term. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat.
He's cute.
Yeah, he is cute.
He's the best thing that came out of Love is Blind.
Yes, I love a man that can make me laugh. He's
Italian, doesn't take himself seriously. I mean, he would have been my perfect match had I, had this happen 6, 7 years ago.
Definitely. So. I mean, what a hoot probably to talk to in the pods. So that I know
it reminds me so much of myself with all that ADHD he's got going on. So
yeah, oh gosh, you guys together would be scary.
Chaos.
So much chaos, like a tornado.
So much chaos.
Well, I think that is where we are going to wrap it up here. So speak now or forever hold your peace. Happily.
As are we. I'm blue. As are we. So
Yeah,
I feel
but
you.
we can all dream about joking.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Dream a little dream with me.
I feel that if I would have been with anyone from Love Is Blind, it wouldn't have been that man. And not just like his attractive. I just think like being so funny, but like funny in a way that like you're not even trying to be funny. You're just talking.
You're just a person that can't.
That's just who you are. Like I just find that so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, he would be a very cool guy to date, just to even hang out with.
I don't know if he's marriage material though, but he's at least not now.
But I think what's good about him is he knows that he's also not marriage material at this point too.
Yeah.
I don't think
he grew a mustache to try to throw me off, but I know that there's not much under that mustache.
Yeah.
But all right, we gotta go now.
We got to go. So don't forget to leave all of your comments on the rewatch. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of AI's predictions. Leave your own predictions. And we will see you back for the wedding episode. Usually that's a pretty quick episode. Sometimes we opt to skip that episode and we just cover the weddings for the reunion. It's possible that we might do that depending on how the weddings go.
I don't think so. I think this one with so many weddings is going to be kind of hard to just skip. Right. So I feel like you will see us here on Friday.
Agreed. And we're going to be here anyways, also covering the season finale of Suddenly Amish. So if you watch Suddenly Amish on TLC, or that sounds like something you might be interested in, hop over to our channel. And you can watch us cover that as well. So thank you all for joining us. Please do not forget to like our video, to click the share button, copy the link, send it to your friends, or just spam copy it. All of that helps us.
It is so important.
Many thanks.
Many thanks. Remember to like she said, especially likes, it keeps us in the algorithms. But reduce, reuse, recycle, Rihanna, and goodbye now. We will see you next week.
Goodbye for now. To you. For now.